We are Dave, Carrie, and Rudel. In 2018, we set out to explore one adventure at a time. Join us as we continue our journey to find the best free camping.
This is great. I love it.
That's pretty.
Isn't that a great view?
All right, this was cool. This was cool.
Okay, Mom. I won't go in the water. I'll stay on the shore.
He was right there in the road.
And it's very disappointing because when there's human waste all over the place, it's not like people are gonna come pick it up. We're in Gainesville right now, and we're going in and getting our passports renewed since...
We thought we had more time, but they expire next week.
Yeah, they're good for 10 years, and we waited to the very last week, so that's what we're gonna do now. Hopefully, we'll go in there, it'll all go smooth, and we'll be set.
And if you watched our live, we have summer plans to cross the Canadian border. So this is why we're getting these done as soon as possible.
Yep. Let's see how this goes.
Okay. One more. Complete?
Complete.
Mail it off.
It came out to about $200 a person, and that...
We got the passport and the passport card, which last time we got passports there was no card.
Yeah, so about $200 per person, and that's with the shipping costs. They mail it right from here, so we'll be able to track it, and we'll know when it hits our mailbox.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pretty painless. Today we are in the Ocala National Forest in Florida, in between Gainesville and Daytona Beach, somewhere in the middle there, about 50 miles away from the Atlantic Ocean. And this is known as Davenport Landing, and it's right on the river. I'll take you down there and show you. It's absolutely beautiful. This is a small free campground with only 3 sites. It's a Tuesday, it's already full. This is one of those places where you want to come early, but I got to show you the water. Let's go down and take a look. All right, this is the river right by camp where Rudel will not be swimming because I'm sure that there's going to be alligators somewhere in here. But I do want to get the paddleboard out and see what we can find. Maybe an alligator from a distance. But it's beautiful down in here. Pretty cool place for a free campground. Even comes with the rope swing if you're brave enough. And here's the river. So I'm walking down this trail that's, you can see our van in the background right next to us here, and it's super inviting. It looks great. But there's no pit toilets here, and a lot of people have not prepared for that and have decided to go down this trail and use that for their restroom. And it's very disappointing because when there's human waste all over the place, it's not like people are going to come pick it up. Most people will not pick it up. The Forest Service, I think they have to consider it hazardous material. And so I don't blame them for not coming out here and picking it up. I'm sure it's expensive. But here's what the trail looks like. And as you can see, and I won't show you too much detail, but just about everywhere you look, there's toilet paper and human waste. Some of it new, some of it's old. So that's something I'm definitely going to pick up with the shovel and try to make this trail look nice again. And I just want to be able to feel good when I'm walking down here with Rudel and not having to worry about where he's going as well. But it's pretty sad to see this. And it's not a little bit, it's all over the place. So it looks like it's time to get busy and do some work. And there's my cleanup supplies. I got 2 kitchen-sized trash bags, a pair of gloves that I can throw away when I'm done. And I'm using a shovel now because I had the handy little trash picker upper, the long reach one, but I broke it. So I'm using what I have right now. But a lot of this trash here is the bad kind. And what I mean by that, it's human waste. So I don't want to touch anything. I want to use the shovel as much as I can and use the gloves just for, you know, cans and bottles and trash, and use the shovel for the human waste. But I'm going to spend some time and hopefully make it look nice. And then maybe we can play some ball with Rudel because that's what he wants to do. Just from that walkway, or that path, I got 1 full bag, and it's heavy. And there's one campsite here that I still want to clean up. It's warm outside right now. It's 80 degrees, middle of December. Got a little bit of sweat going. I'm not used to that kind of December weather, but just one more campsite to clean up. You'll be able to tell what's wrong with it just by looking at it. All right, so this is the campsite. I'll just let you count to yourselves how many things are wrong here. There was smoke coming from this fire an hour ago. It looks like corn on the cob. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and see if I can neaten this up into something that looks like somebody's going to want to, oh, dominoes. Somebody's going to want to camp here. Okay, so before I leave, I need to put some water. Hi, Rudel. I need to put some water on this fire because it's still smoking a little bit. Probably not a bad idea if I get the rake out and rake around it just for the next person in case they don't have a rake. But it looks better. This is the entryway down to the river, or the landing, and somebody has put out a net here and collected some of the recyclables. Somebody put garbage on top of it, but at least somebody's trying here. I'm gonna put that in my trash, but that's at least some effort. This is the last area of trash I have to pick up, and it's right on their way to the river. And then on the walk back to the van, it should look pretty good. And if there's a couple more pieces of trash, I'll just pick them up in the next day or so. And it shouldn't be anything left to get. And it's nice, once all the trash is picked up in the area, then you don't think about it anymore. It just looks pretty.
I think I'm gonna jump on this and swing out.
You can if you want. I'll definitely film it.
No way. I'm not swimming in there.
Into brackish alligator water.
I know you don't understand why you can't go in the water. But there's bad things in there that will eat you. We can't have that happen because we love our Roodle Doodle. So no tasty morsel for alligators. Okay? We're not going in the water.
Okay, Mom. I won't go in the water. I'll stay on the shore.
Just down the road from the campground is a trailhead, and we're gonna check it out and see where that trail goes. I'm hoping it goes to the river. Roodle needs a little bit of Roodle time just because he's constantly been hanging out in the van just because of alligators and trash and
ticks. He can't go in the bushes.
And yeah, he's picking up ticks just walking around. So
I'm sure we'll pick up ticks on this walk.
There's lots of hazards, but Roodle still needs to get out here.
So this is a historical site that we're going to, and it says exhibit. I have no idea what to expect, so
okay,
we're gonna go check it out and see what's out there.
Sounds good to me. All right, this is the trailhead. It looks like it used to be an old road that they gated off. Let's start exploring. What do you see? Poison oak?
I'm making sure that wasn't poison oak.
No, it's not.
It doesn't look like it.
It's not.
Come on, Rude.
But it kind of has that tropical jungle look here.
Mushrooms.
Ah, and mushrooms. I like mushrooms. Huh. Well, there's a sign pointing the trail this way. It doesn't look like much of a trail anymore. I don't know. I think
the trail?
It's overgrown.
I don't think I want to go there.
Yeah, that could be tick infested.
No.
Well, we'll just keep going down the main road. I think we might be missing out on the main event, but I'm not going through there.
No, I don't want to go through there.
You'll just keep going down the main path.
You can't see them, but you can sure hear them.
Hi, Rudolph. Oh, there's a couple of wooden structures here. Maybe we can learn some history. Ah, cool. Oh, neat. American Indian mounds. I didn't expect any of this to be out here. So this one tells all about the history of them using steamboats on this river, and I didn't think it was big enough for that, but to move people and supplies around, important supplies. And these were the highways back in the old days, the rivers. And the river actually looks a lot wider here than it is at the campground. Yeah, it looks huge. Ah, neat.
That's pretty.
Isn't that a great view? So a very short hike in here, and I think definitely worth it. You just got to stay on the main trail, the big trail.
Yeah, a lot of the little side chute trails are pretty overgrown, and unless you want to do some bushwhacking and brave creepy crawlies and ticks, I'd stay on the main trail.
Yeah, I like reading history in places where it actually happened, and this is one of those kind of places, and there's just all kinds of information on what used to be going on right here in this area. So come out here, read it yourself, take a look, and I hope you enjoyed as much as we did.
Now I think it's time to hit the kayak on, well, the paddleboard on the water.
I agree.
So I think I'm going to brave the alligators.
Rudel is not going to be happy. He usually gets to go.
Alrighty.
All right, you're going upstream?
Going upstream.
It's okay, we'll play some ball, Rudel.
We are on the river, and right about now, I'm questioning my decision to be on the water in an inflatable device. And over to the shore, I see an alligator slipping into the water, nice and slow. So I am a West Coast girl. I'm not used to all these swimming lizards. From what I understand, alligators are most active from dusk to dawn. They're usually not aggressive. They're typically afraid of humans. And they are most active in the months between April through the warm summer. April to June is the breeding season, so you'll want to be aware of some aggressive males and some defensive mamas. Again, it's really important not to feed alligators. They then become used to humans, and that's where the animal gets into trouble. I also don't want to disturb them. I just want to mosey on up the river and view them from afar. turtle. There was a turtle on that log. I saw 7 alligators. I hope I caught 1 or 2 of them on video, but pretty cool experience. Now I can say I have been paddleboarding with alligators. And if I didn't get any on video, I'm sure I'll have plenty more opportunity to do that while we're in Florida. I hope you enjoyed this paddle. It's a bucket list one for me. Glad I got out on the water. Oh, and if you're wondering why Dave didn't come, I gave my kayak away. I like the paddleboard more than I like the kayak. Plus, Rudel cannot handle us together. He wants to hop from boat to boat, and it does not work out well. So we're back down to 1 paddleboard, but it's a paddleboard that we all like and we can all use. All right, this was cool. This was cool.
My favorite thing about this area is the river, and because of that river, it seems to draw a lot of birds in. So you're hearing birds during the day, birds at night, but there's owls here, there's eagles, a bunch of different birds. I don't even know what their names were, but it feels like you're in the jungle.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite thing is the wildlife, the birds for sure. I love eagles, and every day we've been here, there's been eagles above us. Now, paddleboarding on the river with alligators was scary.
But fun.
But cool. I mean, that's a bucket list item right there, checked off. So this is...
So what you need to know if you decide to come here.
What's the name of this again?
This is Davenport Landing.
Davenport Landing. It's in Ocala National Forest. There are 3, maybe 4 sites here. They only want you to stay 4 days. You used to be able to stay 14 days. But you saw from the video about the amount of trash that was here, and people were living here. And so they have now shortened that to 4 days only. And I'm afraid if they continue to trash it, it's going to be closed.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. And we cleaned it up just in time because the Forest Service did come by, and they were nice enough to trash from the campground, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. So what you need to know about what size rig you can get in here.
Okay, so the road's super narrow coming in. There's a few low-hanging trees. I wouldn't think anything that's longer than 25 feet. I wouldn't be towing any trailers in here. You're going to have trouble making the turnaround. And because of the low overhanging branches, you'd want to be under 10 feet tall.
Absolutely. There is no pit toilet. There is no trash. There are no amenities. So this is fully pack it in, pack it out. We are close to a town. We're only 15 minutes or miles?
15 miles.
15 miles from a town. Unfortunately, what we have noticed is when we're that close to town, these little areas get used a lot, and they don't get picked up.
Yeah. So if you come here and you want to help out, you maybe pick up a little bit of trash. Of course, I don't expect you to pick up all the trash when it's like this, but every little bit helps. And have some, of course, if you're watching our channel, you're probably used to camping in the wild, so you know to have some kind of a system ready for the bathroom needs.
Yeah, and you're probably already picking up trash.
Yeah, probably.
Cell reception, Verizon, I'm getting 1 bar of Verizon, and it is not working very fleetingly. Our T-Mobile, we're getting 1 bar of 4G.
It seems to be working great.
It's enough for us to browse the internet.
Browse the internet, go online, research, do everything that we need. So we're pretty happy with that.
Okay, so tell about Palatka.
Palatka, I think
the nearest town?
It's the nearest town. It's 15 miles away. It has all the service you need. It's a pretty good sized town. So you can get your supplies there. You can fuel up there. You can go to Walmart if you want to. And then you're going to take Highway 19 south. And then you're going to get off on, I think it's highway either 70, not highway, but National Forest Road 77 or 74. But you'll see it on the map as Davenport Landing.
So this is a great central location because we're like an hour from Gainesville, maybe an hour away from St. Augustine. If you come here, just be aware that this is probably a party spot on the weekends.
Yep.
So if you're alone, I don't know if you would feel safe here. We came during the week and it's been super quiet. But some locals did come by and say this is the party spot, and that is one of the reasons why they've limited it down from 14 days to 4 days. And unfortunately, when they start doing that, the next step is closing it off altogether.
Yep, that can happen.
So there are fish in the river. We were told not to eat the fish. There might be parasites in them.
Okay.
But there are plenty of fish in the river. They're jumping all the time. And of course, there are alligators.
That brings me to, this is not super pet friendly. It's doable with a pet. Like, we kept Rudel on a leash almost the entire time here. So he doesn't like that, but it's still doable. I mean, when you think of the location that we're in and what we can see from here, where we can go.
Yeah, it's a beautiful forest. I liked it a lot here. I'm really saddened because in my heart, I feel like if we come back here next year, this is not going to be open.
Yep.
Just by the amount of trash.
Well, maybe enough people will help out.
I hope so.
Help out and keep it clean.
I hope so. I did also want to mention there are ticks here. So we've been pulling ticks off of Rudel every day, so that's another thing to be aware of.
Yep, and
do your nightly tick check.
I would not go swimming in this river because of the alligators, but if you're a local, let me know how you feel about that. Maybe you go swimming with alligators anyway. I don't know. I just know I'm not going to.
The sign says swim with a partner, so people do swim here, and it says be bear aware.
Yeah.
So there's bear here?
There is bear here. There's bears, there's snakes, there's alligators.
Florida is so surprising.
Yeah, Florida is surprising.
All right, we hope you enjoyed this location. This was a fun little stop. Once we got past the initial shock of how dirty it was, we keep talking about it. This by far was the dirtiest camp spot we've ever come to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope
once we got it cleaned up, it was like, it feels like, you know, it's beautiful again.
It's beautiful, yeah. So we hope you maybe get to come out and check out this area and
enjoy it.
Yeah. Go swimming with alligators.
Don't go swimming with the alligators. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope to see you next week. If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron, or check out our new merchandise at advantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.